For once in my life, I am happy to be proven wrong. So, Alex Pereira just destroyed Magomed Ankalaev in round 1 in their rematch last night, and I'm beyond happy. I'm through the fucking moon. As a massive fan of Alex Pereira, I'm so happy that he's actually managed to pull it off and dismantle him like he was nothing. Compared to their last fight, this was a night and day difference in their performance there. Absolutely brilliant. So Alex Pereira destroyed Magomed Ankalaev in their fight last night within 1 minute 30 seconds by TKO. As I said before, this was a night and day difference between Pereira's performance last time versus this time. Pereira said that his last fight with Ankalaev was the worst version of himself in the octagon so far. And looking at how easily he dismantled him in that fight last night, it's hard to argue with him, to be fair. In the first fight, Pereira was reluctant to come forward and take on Ankalaev because he was so wary of the takedown that he wasn't able to get his shots going. This is a very common thing that you see in MMA, where a wrestler and a striker goes up against each other and the striker struggles to get their shots going because they're so wary of the takedown, and then that gives the wrestler the advantage of not just, you know, having the fear from the other fighter being taken down, but they can actually incorporate their own striking skills, regardless of how, you know, normal they are and how average they are. They're able to take advantage of the fear and capitalise on that. And that's what happened last time in their fight. But this time, Pereira had a fucking killing instinct. As soon as the bell went, Pereira went for the kill from the get-go. He went straight for him. And you could see on Ankalaev's face, he was like, what the fuck? This ain't the same guy that I was in there last time with. Pereira just came straight for him with that killing instinct, landing multiple leg kicks and throwing bombs from the moment that the bell rang. I don't even think, from what I remember, I don't even remember Ankalaev even landing one punch. He was just constantly backing up like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like, whoa, shit. Which then led to a devastating overhand right from Pereira, which landed flush on Ankalaev's face, which then rocked him and then made him shoot on Pereira. But Pereira wasn't going to let him get the top position. Pereira accepted the takedown, followed him down with it, and managed to keep his top position, which he then landed 20 consecutive punches on Ankalaev's head and body, including elbows, the 12-6 elbow, might I add, which were devastating elbows. And eventually Herb Dean had to step in and call off the fight because Ankalaev was curled up in a ball, not defending himself whatsoever. I think it's important to say that Alex Pereira didn't just save his own legacy there, he also saved the light heavyweight division. And what I mean by that is Ankalaev has not really been much of a frequent fighter throughout his career. He'll have 1 or 2 fights a year at most. Whereas Pereira, do you remember? For 3 years straight, he had 3 fights a year. And it could be coming towards the end of Pereira's career. I mean, he's 38 years old. So to expect him to fight 3 times a year at this point in his career would be unrealistic. But one thing is for sure, that if Ankalaev had beaten Pereira, that there was no way that Ankalaev would have come forward and fought 3 times a year or fought more frequently than he has been. And let's just be honest, Alex Pereira is so much more of an exciting fighter. Every time that Alex Pereira fights, the fans are so on board. They're chanting, they're going Shama, Shama from the crowd. And that's the sort of thing you want to see. You want to see hype. You want to see an exciting fighter pull off devastating finishes with insane power and accuracy. And you get that with Pereira. You don't get that with Ankalaev, which is, in my opinion, why Alex Pereira has saved the light heavyweight division last night. So let's talk about the betting odds for this fight. It ranged roughly between -200 to -265 for Ankalaev to win, and +160 to +210 for Pereira to win. So basically, if you don't know what that means, it basically means that Ankalaev was the betting favourite, clearly, in this fight. And I'll even go as far to say that I thought that Ankalaev was going to win this fight. I thought he was going to get a majority decision. I said that in my last video. But sometimes I'm happy to be proven wrong. And I was proven wrong last night. Thank fuck for that. And obviously there are some people, you know, complaining about it. They're saying that there was an early stoppage, which is just ridiculous to me, to be honest. Ankalaev was literally receiving multiple shots on the ground. He was receiving 12-6 elbows to his head, to his ribs, punches, and he was curled up in a ball, and he didn't answer any of them. He didn't try and defend any of them. All he did was this. So to anyone saying that the fight was called off too early, you don't know what you're looking at. Pereira rocked him from the minute that overhand right landed. He went in and decided to finish off the job. And well done, Pereira. If you're watching this, which is very unlikely. Well done, sir. Shama. So Pereira has apparently broken his toe during the fight because he's been seen afterwards wearing a cast on his foot. And Pereira has this issue quite a bit when he fights, especially when he fights in an aggressive manner. He always tends to hurt his foot. I mean, he hurt his toe. I think he broke his toe against, what was his name? Prochazka. And I'll get onto him in a minute. Prochazka, he threw a kick. What was it? It was a lead roundhouse kick, which ended up finishing off Prochazka in their rematch. And Pereira broke his toe in that fight. And he's broken his toe in this fight. So I'm not sure if it's just the way he fights. Maybe he lands with his foot more than his shin. Well, clearly he does, because otherwise he wouldn't have broken it. But look after your toes, man. So Pereira has stated many times that he wants to move up for the heavyweight belt. And I'm all for this now. You know, after that devastating performance, why not let Pereira? If anyone's going to get 3 belts in the UFC, it's going to be Alex Pereira, right? But Dana White ain't having any of it. He has stated many times that he has no interest in having Pereira fight for the heavyweight belt, which in my opinion is ridiculous. If anyone's going to become a champion in 3 weight divisions, it's going to be Alex Pereira. And imagine Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall. Fireworks. That would be one of the biggest super fights that we've ever seen in the UFC, and for good reason. Both devastating strikers. Aspinall would have the advantage in the grappling, and I definitely think that he would use that if they were to fight. But come on, Dana, give us that fight, man. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Pereira. And obviously, Aspinall has to get through Cyril Gane first, which I'm very confident, and everyone else is pretty confident that he's going to beat Cyril Gane when they fight. So, thank God, Pereira pulled it off. Thank you. I'm very happy to be proven wrong in this instance. I was wrong. I'm happy that I was wrong. Well done, Alex Poatan Pereira. Shama. Now let's get on to the other fight that I watched on that card, which was Jiri Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree. And Jiri Prochazka ended up getting a 3rd round KO against Khalil Rountree. Well, this was a war from the get-go. They were both exchanging, both throwing shots aggressively, going for the kill. And Jiri Prochazka ended up getting Khalil Rountree against the fence after breaking him down for 3 rounds, and he landed a devastating straight right hand, which then knocked Khalil Rountree out cold against the fence, and he fell limp. Amazing performance from both gentlemen. Even though Khalil Rountree lost, he never ever ceases to put on a good performance, despite winning or losing. Anytime that Khalil Rountree has a fight, it's a fucking war. Anytime that Jiri Prochazka has a fight, it's always a war. And that is what I like to see. Both gentlemen went out there, decided to throw everything they could into their shots to really devastatingly finish their opponent. Jiri Prochazka ended up getting the job done, so well done, sir. Brilliant performance there from Jiri Prochazka. And there is a very high chance that Jiri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira is going to happen again. There's going to be a 3rd fight between them. Now, looking at history, Pereira won twice by devastating KO. Could that happen again? Absolutely. Especially if the Pereira that turned up last night turns up on that fight. But Jiri Prochazka is looking very, very good recently. He's been on a devastating run, beating the shit out of people. And yeah, I'm more than happy to watch that fight again. To watch a 3rd fight between Prochazka and Pereira. Despite Pereira beating him twice, I think that no matter how many times, you could get them 6 times. 6 fucking fights between Pereira and Prochazka. Every single time that they fight, it's going to be a banger. And I'm all for it. So, are you happy that Pereira ended up getting the job done with a devastating 1st round TKO? Or are you unhappy? Did you want Ankalaev to win this fight? Because I didn't. I thought he was going to win, but I didn't want him to win. And that's why I'm so fucking happy. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of his performance. Did you think that Pereira was going to pull this off? Did you want Pereira to pull this off? Did you want Ankalaev to win? What did you think about the Jiri Prochazka performance against Khalil Rountree? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video to show your support for the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, turn the bell notifications on so you get notified every single time I post a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Shama!